Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into a totally new kind of digital economy. And the whole point of it? To put you back in control. We're talking about a system that's literally designed to put your data, your assets, and your income back where they belong, in your hands.
So let's start with a big question. If data is the new oil, who owns the wells? I mean, really think about that. For years, we've all known our personal info is crazy valuable, but we've basically been giving it away for free. Well, this whole explainer is about a massive shift that answers that question in a way you're going to love.
All right, so how do you build a whole new economy? You've got to start with a rock-solid foundation, right? And that means changing the fundamental rules of who owns your data.
And that foundation, the absolute bedrock of this entire ecosystem, is Jasmy. Its whole reason for being is to secure your digital identity and lock down your data. This is the layer of trust that makes everything else possible.
Now, you do not need a PhD to get this. It's actually super simple. Jasmy gives you something called a personal data locker. The best way to picture it is like a digital vault for your information. Everything is encrypted, everything is secure, and you and only you have the key. You get to decide who gets access, what they can see, and for how long. It puts you firmly in the driver's seat.
And listen, this isn't just some idea on a napkin. This is real, proven tech that's already being used in Japan by some huge names. We're talking about Toyota using it for their self-driving car data. Panasonic is building an entire platform on it. Transcosmos use it to secure data for over 20,000 employees working from home. So yeah, this system is tested, it's secure, and it's ready to go big.
Okay, so you've got this secure foundation where you control your own data. That's awesome. But how do we turn that into a real opportunity for you? This is where it gets really exciting. Let's get into how you can actually benefit from this. So the first big opportunity is called Janction, and what it is a marketplace for one of the hottest commodities on the planet right now, computing power. It's all about helping you make money from the things you already own.
The easiest way to think about it, it's basically an Airbnb for your computer. You know, most of us have these powerful computers or gaming rigs that are just sitting there, doing nothing for hours and hours every day. Well, Janction lets you rent out that spare GPU power to people who desperately need it, like AI developers or researchers. It turns your hardware into a machine that generates passive income.
And just look at the potential here. We're not making guarantees. These aren't just random guesses. These numbers are based on real mathematical formulas. It's all about supply and demand for GPU power, and the calculations are right on. An RTX 3090 could potentially bring in nearly $30,000 a year. Suddenly, this becomes a very, very tangible opportunity.
And you know what the best part is? It is literally plug and play. You don't need to be a tech genius. The whole thing is designed to just work. It's automatic. You connect your computer, you click a button to share its power, and you start getting paid. It is truly that simple.
But making money from your hardware is only one side of the coin. The second income stream is called Enkai. This one is all about monetizing your network, the connections you make with other people. It's a system that rewards you for just sharing this whole ecosystem with others.
And this chart just nails the difference. Forget about the old way, the cold calls, the high-pressure sales tactics. The Enkai way is all about integrating it into your lifestyle. You're just sharing value, making authentic connections. And because it's all built on that Jasmy foundation, you always own your data, your contacts, your network.
So how do you actually earn with Enkai? It's beautifully simple. On your first tier, you get a 25% reward from the income generated by anyone you personally introduce. Then, on your second tier, you get another 10% from the network they build. Let me give you a real example that's happening in Japan right now. Say you introduce a neighbor who sets up a cluster of computers and starts earning $20,000 a month. You, for making that one introduction, would make $5,000 a month, every single month. And as a bonus, the system helps you document everything, so you can even legally deduct business travel.
Okay, so we've got security with Jasmy, and we have two powerful ways to make money with Janction and Enkai. So for our final act, let's pull back and look at the big picture, how all these pieces fit together to create a new economy that revolves around you.
Pillar number 1. It all starts with Jasmy. This is the foundation of trust. It guarantees that your data, your identity, and your digital assets are safe, secure, and always under your control. That's not just a cool feature. It's a basic right in this new digital age.
Pillar number 2, Janction and Enkai are the tools that let you generate real-world income. Junction turns your hardware into cash flow, and ENK turns your social connections into cash flow. They take assets you already have and make them productive.
And that brings us to the third and most important pillar. You keep the control and you keep the profit. The entire system, every single piece of it, is designed so that you stay in charge and get the financial benefits. This is what true ownership looks like.
And this isn't some fantasy for the distant future. There's a clear roadmap. The main network for Junction is set to launch next year. Then in early 2026, they get full payment authorization in Japan, which is a huge step. After that, it's all about scaling up and expanding across the globe. So you might be asking, who is this actually for? Well, the amazing thing is, it's for almost everyone. If you're a gamer with a beefy GPU, a content creator, a digital nomad who loves to travel and meet people, or hey, even just someone with a computer who believes you should own your own data, this ecosystem was built with you in mind.
You know, we started this with the question, and I think this ecosystem gives us a very clear, very powerful answer. The future it's building is one where technology actually serves the individual, not the other way around. It's a future where you own the wells. The only real question left is, are you ready to get started?